Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video I'm going to be transferring my download machine from the tower case that was sitting next to it on the floor. If you would have saw my video on my server or my network setup, you would have saw it on the floor. I'm going to transfer it to this IstarUSA case that just came in yesterday, and because I want to keep everything in my rack, and that's why I want to move it up off of that. I can use this somewhere else, like if I'm going to build a media center PC for my living room or something like that. Although I actually have a case that I have in mind for that. So, anyways, there's future videos. There's other products I bought, graphics card, motherboard, but like I said, those are going to be for other videos. So let's go ahead and get started here. As soon as my computer decides to do what it's supposed to do, maybe. There we go. Okay, so here's the case in the box. I did check it out to make sure it wasn't damaged in any way. So let's go ahead and open it up and pull it out. This is the first iStar case that I've ever purchased. The last couple of server cases that I purchased was the Norco cases, which you saw if you would have seen my home network video, where it has 24 drive bays. This is a really simple, basic case. The screws are already attached. You could just thumb screw them like this. Slide the case lid off, and pretty much as you can see from the inside, I mean, it's really not a bad case, really. And I forgot to grab the screw pack out of here. There's that. I'll try to talk through this as much as I can. Can't guarantee anything, and if there's any blank spots when I'm editing the video, I will speed it up. So first thing we want to do is we want to remove these two brackets here to get at the fan shroud here, because I'm going to install these two 80mm case fans to help with cooling. I mean, this isn't a bad case so far. I may continue to buy more of theirs. I would have bought Norco's because I really like theirs, but they did something to the rails because I ordered a set of rails for the second one on the bottom in my server rack here. And for some dumb reason, they weren't the right ones. Still not sure why. Okay, the other screw's in there. I was like, where did the other screw go? Don't you hate when that happens? And then once I get these fans done, then I'll start removing the hardware from the old case. And I also have to put the server rails in, but I'd rather do the hardware first and get that situated. And I know most people are going to be like, oh my god, you're going to do this without a grounding strap. I used to work on television, and it was the same way because they taught me in school to use an anti-static strap for those, and I've never fried a TV yet. I mean, you definitely don't want to go sliding across the floor because, yeah, you will build up a charge. But a lot of times I've had static charges getting out of my chair in the living room with my laptop, and I've zapped it and my laptop's still working. So if you want to use an anti-static strap, go right ahead. I'm not saying don't be cautious, it's just I've done it for so long, I'll be honest with you. It's not going to bother me. See, that's strips. Okay, let's got 3 more. As I used to say, we start company. Okay, pictures only as Easter drivers. I'm going to say, now I think I all the time. And everybody thinks it's okay, so here's the last screw. So, here's the plate for it. You had to take it out because to put the screws in to hold the fans, because they're going to sit here, it's going to help blow air across. And whenever I open this one up here, you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's set this over here. Okay. And you have to watch which way. They usually put markings on these as far as the direction and airflow. Like here it is right here where this is showing that it's going to turn this way and the airflow goes this way. So that means it sucks it in here and pulls it out here. So, and luckily they're the same fan. I bought them both. I bought these at Best Buy a while ago. Can't remember. I think it was for a different case that I had and that I eventually just threw away. I wished I didn't throw it away now. It was a 4U case, but the future builds that I'm going to have, there should be either 1 or 2U height, which it means that like every 3 squares in my server rack is what they call 1U. So this case is a 2U, so it's going to take up that, and it's going to sit right above my UPS. I'm going to put the rails on it next. 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Could have made these arrows a little better. Just my opinion. Okay. And some people are probably thinking, why don't you use an electric screwdriver? Well, an electric screwdriver is nice for some things, but for most plastic, and I'll be honest with you, with this cheap metal, you will just strip the crap out of everything. So, in my opinion, again, my opinion, you do what you got to do for yourself. I wouldn't use it on that just because of that. Yes, I will probably get carpal tunnel in my future years. But then again, I'm constantly on a keyboard, so I'm surprised I don't have it now as it is. Alright, so, and as you can see, fans are now mounted, and I want to say, yeah, they should be the right way because it's going to go like this. So let's get this loaded back up into the case, and move on to the next. I know you can't really see it that well. I hope I never have to change these fans. Alright, there's two. There's three. Four. Number 5, and here is number 6. All right. So we now have that done. Let's go ahead and start taking the bits and pieces out of this one. This case needs cleaned out. There's a lot of dust in here. Alright. So yeah, I had cold cathode too. This was going to be like a really cool gaming machine. Yeah, just never turned out that way. Come on. I'm going to reuse a lot of these screws that I'm taking out of this one that's got stuff mounted for the new one. here's my solid state drive from my old laptop because I put a bigger drive in it. It's not solid state, but that's okay. It's totally good. Alright. And as you can see in this case, there's a fan here. Two fans that... Yeah, these two fans were in the case when I bought it. Or no, they weren't. Because it's a different brand. Because these are Antec. And I bought them because they lit up blue. These lit up blue. Because there's one also in the plexiglass door that was on here. Let's remove the network card. This header off. Everything's connected. Okay, so I'm going to put it on top. Set this out of the way. And the sad thing is, the 1U cases that I was looking at that I really wanted to put this in, I read reviews where you couldn't put the I/O shield that goes on the back of these in because it was a little too short and people have had to cut them, and I'm just like, you know, that's way more of a hassle than what it's worth. So I figure, you know what, I got some space in the rack. Like I said, I'm not going to go completely ape and put a whole bunch of stuff in there. I know I want to get a fiber switch soon. Oh, come on. Just snap in here, you little bugger. I got just the thing for this. Picked this up at a hobby store. And it still ain't going. That's funny. I don't get why this is not going in. It's like the bottom just doesn't want to hook in. No problems popping out. I don't remember having this much trouble with it when I was putting it in the old case that I took it out of. Not this way. There, I think I just snapped it into place. Alright. Yep. She looks good to me. Just don't want to press on it too hard for fear that it'll pop back out again. Oh man. I've had times like that too. Okay. So, this is the reason for the reason why I put the fans in here. Hopefully you can see. Here's the processor. It's an integrated system on chip, and there's no fan on it to blow on it, so these fans are going to blow across this way to help keep it cool. So and that's what sucks about having long hair, because it just gets everywhere. But I have been doing this stuff way too long. I'm going to say it should be these screws. We'll find out. Okay, that's the right screw. If I remember correctly, this case, it's a D-213-MATX for micro ATX, but it can also fit ITX boards too. You can get it at not Amazon, Newegg. I actually paid a little more for this, and right now it's $60. Newegg just got them back in stock. I think I bought it from a third-party reseller. So that's not too bad. You know, 60 bucks for this case. I think the rails are like another 30-40 bucks. So for about 100 bucks, you know, if you have a server rack. They also have a desktop version of this too. I'll link that in the description. The only difference is that it doesn't come with these little wings here on the side to pull it in and out. So now I have to change the bracket on this. Because for some reason the built-in network card on this, it just didn't work right with Debian. So I bought a used dual-port gigabit card for like a server. It's an Intel, and plugged it in, and it worked like a charm. Did not have any issues with it whatsoever. It would do that to me. So yeah, I just have to change this. I want to say this card came with it. I hope. And actually it didn't, which is weird. I thought it did. Must have come with my quad gigabit. Well, all I can say is I hope this works, because I need something to hold this in. It's not going to cause a short. That's a good thing about that. Because causing a short is not a good idea. Great intel. You would use non-magnetic screws. Yay! Doesn't appear to be going to cause a short. Just remember, boys and girls out there in kitty land, if you let the magic smoke out of the chips, it's not going to work. Okay, so that bracket is not going to work. Shit. Well, that sucks. Well, I'll have to get a bracket for it. Or buy another card that has the short bracket with it. And God, does that suck. Or maybe I can look it up by the model and on eBay and pick up one, but I'll just have to use the built-in one. Hopefully Debian's been updated enough to where that card will work. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure I could load Windows ran like a dog on this thing. Debian, it runs a little bit better on this because it's a really low power AMD motherboard. The one I'm going to replace it with is Intel, but it also has the same. It almost has a similar, like, Realtek or some crap. Network card built into it. And, you know, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I've just noticed that Realtek doesn't work that well. When I was working from home and the Cisco switch that was powering my desk phone and stuff like that, I had it connected to I want to say it's either Broadcom or Realtek that's in the PF Sense router, the Dell 410, and it was giving me all kinds of weird, stupid issues and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't like this. I really don't. Okay, so let's see. So I like how they have CPU fan, but there's no fan for it. I just find that a little bit weird. Yeah, I have not used these fans at all. I think I bought them 6 months to a year ago from Best Buy. I mean, yay, and it's too short. Yay, thank you, you son of a mother. As I always said, boys and girls, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Alright. Hopefully I'm not going to rip these cables and break them. So hopefully that gave me a little bit more slack, which it did. Which I'm going to have to route those underneath. So I know there's 2 fan headers. Okay, here's one here. Let's connect this one to the CPU. I know I have these fan adapters. I may need them, it just depends. That went down the wrong way. Alright, this one's fine to reach here without pulling it out, but this one I had to pull out here, which, I mean, I could definitely mush it down if need be, which is fine. Because I'm just going to load the hard drives into this one anyways, and then here's the cables, power supply goes there, and all this other fun stuff. Yay! And then I want to do some cable management to try to neaten this up. So let's see, USB header. There's 2 USB headers. Okay, so there's that. And I need the book. And I like when manufacturers include stuff for cable management, like iStar gave you twist ties for this kind of stuff, which is great for this kind of stuff. Like these, I had some short cables which worked out fine. Alright, so let's see. On-off switch. Let's see, where's this? Okay, the speaker's here. So on-off is here. Next is reset. It's right next to it. And the next, hard drive. Hard drive LED. Say should go like this. All right. Hopefully I'm putting these on in the right way. And the power LED. That's negative. One. Come on. There. Right. I can hear all that. I'm going to myself. Let's do. I'm going to do this. Alright. So now we have a wire hook. And zip tie these up with the zip ties. Came with those ties. Here's the one. Okay. Okay, won't cut myself on those. Alright. So now that we've got the motherboard installed, the next thing I want to do is I want to mount the drives. So basically, and that's why I kept the screws, because I'm going to reuse them. Yeah, basically I'm just going to mount the 2.5 with 2 screws like I did the last time. It looks like it's going to be 1 screw, because the spacing between these is like way off. So yeah, this one's going to be held on with 1 screw instead of 2. Hopefully the other one will mount up. It should. It's a 3.5 inch with 3 mount holes on the side of it, so it should hopefully match up to this. Alright, so there's the boot drive. There we go. I wish I would have gotten the hot swap on these, like, they were way too much money, like, $400. I don't know why they were not that expensive before, so I don't know. Probably because, hey, we're free by charging them on the web. Okay, option B. Because I just realized that I used the right angle ones, and that's going to be really stressful on that, so yeah, I got to turn that upside down. Yay! I was going to try to clone it over to a regular 3.5, but it just didn't work out, and it's probably because I don't know what I'm doing with CloneZilla. So that's why I'm still using the SSD. If I put one of those flats in there, if it'll work. Let's see. Ugh. Alright, so that worked out good. Okay, so now let's put this back in here. And then we'll connect those up, then we'll put the power supply in. This machine is critical enough where I need to have hot swap in the base. It would be nice if I could just swap it in easier. It's not hurting. That's the way I'll do it. But I can put one in here, have 4 slots, 4 drives in it, and if I'm really want to, I always get a 5 quarter to give me 4 2.5 drives, whatever, which is going to be outside. Okay, this computer I'm using for it is really good. It's not exactly like I have to have the outside of the base part. Okay, one more. Alright, so that is all down. Alright, so drives are mounted, motherboard's mounted, next is the power supply. stupid fan up here was holding on to it. It's like, no, I don't want to let you go. Alright, there's that. Set that there. Alright. So, let's see how this is going to mount. Because there's a screen here, and I got a feeling... Yep, I was right. And this is the other reason I selected it, because I can use that. I may have to take that fan grid off, but that's okay because, as you can see, there's a fan grid there. But we'll see. I'll mount it first and get it all wired up, and then I'll worry about everything else. So, yeah, I got a feeling that this is going to cause me problems, so I'm just going to take it out now, save myself some headache down the road. Alright, here's that. Let's tighten all these down. Alright, fan shroud is now out of the way. So now let's connect these up. Which one's one and which one's two? So two say to one. Say one. And say to two. Aha! I knew there was something missing. I have a Molex to SATA connector to power these drives. Actually, let's do it this way. Stick it under there. Let's flip there. Connect this here. These over here. These can go here. Stuff out of the way. Please don't hit anything and short out, because that would be a real shame. Okay. And there. This. Oh, you got to be kidding me, right? There we go. Alright, so that's all. Connected 2. All right. All right, so other than the network card, that's the only problem I've had. Yep, that definitely helped that. All right, now's the moment of truth, is where I plug it on it and plug it in and see if it goes boom. I hope it don't, but it can always happen. Well, that's a good sign. Nothing smoked. All right. So far, so good. Everything powered up fine. Okay, so now's the moment that I need to rack it. So let's unplug the power. Press the power button to discharge it. And we'll set it over here. And as I always recommend, read the manual. Okay, there's everything. Screws, all that, and instructions. Instructions are good. Always read the instructions. You'll save yourself a lot of headaches. Believe me, I know. All right. Just want to make sure the screws weren't going to hit the motherboard or anything, because that would be very bad with electricity. Alright, so there's that. Okay, I see what this box is for. No, it doesn't. So this one side is latch on the other side, so I'll worry about that in a second. Alright, rails are on. Alright. See ya. Yeah, I got that other stuff. But we shall see some land running through that hole. There's that one. see if it'll go in the rack. Alright, there's that end. Does it go smoothly? See that not? Alright, outside down, we'll do some butter. Yeah, I screwed up. Should have put the other end on that one before I put it in there, but I didn't. That's alright. I should be able to do it. Might take me a little bit longer, but I should be able to do it. What's the one with this? That's one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, okay. This one's for the other one. Never mind. See what happens, boys and girls? You can lose your mind. All right. Let's see this and this. Alright, so the fronts are connected. I need to connect the back end. Alright, so just give me a few and I will be right back. Yeah, I should have done this before I screwed it up. All right. I guess we're done. Yeah, I put it wrong. Let's wash it again. All right. All right. Close that in. All right. Let me go finish the back end, and then we will slide this thing in and hook it all up. Okay, moment of truth time. Hopefully I have everything set up. It'll slide in. It won't rub up against the UPS. To rub this down with as much grease as I've gotten all over it. Come on. Come on. Well, it's locked. I don't know why it's not. Well, it's locked in, but I can't get it to go back for some reason. Hitting something. Is this thing hitting on? Oh, yeah, it's too low. Okay, yay. Well, at least I was like, what the heck is causing this to do this? And I also put it in upside down. Oh, that's funny. Funny thing, the case actually came in the box upside down. The lettering and everything was right, but it was upside down. And what did I just do? I just put the thing in upside down. Oh, that is just too stinking funny. This is what happens when you go to work every day and have to deal with people that can't. Yeah, anyway. There we go. It's a little snug. I'm gonna have to raise this front up a little bit. I don't like how tight that is. Okay. But at least I don't have to move the back. The back I already did. There we go. Hope it works. I mean, there's plenty of space, but it doesn't line up with the markings the way I have it. I think I didn't set some of this stuff up right. I like the ones like from Dell because they just click into the rack. I mean, I've had to get spacers to because the rails are longer than the rack. And I think it's Rack Solutions where I got those. So if you got a short rack like I do, depth-wise, if you go to Rack Solutions, you can get extenders that'll extend it. One of these days I'm going to have to straight pull all this crap out and try to get it to line up correctly. I'll probably still screw it up. Alright, let's try this again, and this time I'm going to put it in the right way. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that definitely goes in and out a lot smoother. Which is what you want. Okay, so it is now hooked up to the rack. I need to plug power into it and hook up everything else and fire it up and see if it works. Okay. This is the second case that I've had where the USB ports are upside down, where instead of the USB symbol on the cable pointing up, it's facing down. The blue case over here, the front ports are the same way. Have no idea why. Alright, power's onto the monitor. Beep. Hey, BioStar Smart. Let's hope and pray everything works. Yep, Debian Linux. So pretty much, like I said, this case seems really good. I'm gonna look into buying more IstarUSA cases. I gotta look into maybe looking into some 1U, 2U type of things, because there's a couple of other things I want to build. One's going to be a place to store all my YouTube videos, and the other's going to be and the other is going to be for my VMs, because I'm going to move them, because both the PowerEdge 420 and 710, they have the built-in controllers from Dell, which are not in IT mode, so I can't use ZFS on it, but I could always... Oh, that's dusty as all get out. I think I know where that came from. I got to clean these servers out. But anyways... And I want to move all the VMs off of those two onto an iSCSI storage for itself. So that way, you know, any Proxmox server that has access to that iSCSI share, which that's the only thing these are going to have access to, is just that. That way, you know, if one server goes down, another one can pick them up. It could round robin. I have to look into that. I think it can do it, but even if it doesn't, I can tell which VM to start on which machine, which would be nice. And then that way I don't have to worry about if, you know, the Proxmox hard drives decide to just crash. I don't go, oh crap, I just lost all my VMs. But that is basically what I'm looking into right now. So future videos that are coming up, I do want to let you know. Let me change this here real quick. Okay, the next upcoming videos is I've got a new RAID card for the Storage SAN 1 because I bought 4 SAS drives. The ARCA controller, I think that's how it's pronounced. I can't swear to it. And it's getting reconnecting because of that stupid, goofy network card. So I'm going to have to order one off of eBay. But basically, the new one will have enough ports to control all 6 rows, which would be great. That one in there can control 4 rows, but it only handles SAS. It doesn't handle, I mean not SAS, it handles SATA, not SAS. SAS is serial attached SCSI. SATA is serial attached something. I can't remember. It's based off of the old IDE spec, if anybody knows about that. So I'm going to move that ARCA controller from here down to this one, because this one is strictly going to have SATA drives in it. This one is going to have a combination of SAS and SATA. You can have pools of SATA and pools of SAS, but the two you cannot mix. I learned that because I wasn't sure about it. Eventually I will get the same controller or similar controller from that, because those controllers are the only ones that give you JBOD, which is just a bunch of disks, and that way it just throws the disks straight to the operating system, which is what FreeNAS wants. And that is really going to bug the crap out of me that it keeps connecting and disconnecting. Ugh. So yeah, I'm going to have to order either a mount for this to make it half height for the server case, or get one that has it with it. I'd like to get one that just has a single port instead of dual port, because I'd rather save this for, like, you know, some kind of storage unit, small server, something like that needs 2 connections. But anyways, and that's going to be my next project, is that you'll see a video on me swapping that out, and also adding anyways, I have some right angle control cables, and you'll see it in the video. Then the next video will be me putting that one in there, and again adding all the cables, because I bought enough to fill up both machines. I've already got 3 here, and I'm going to finish that out, and then there's another 6 for that there. So you're going to see 2 SAN setups. Then after that, I have a graphics card, which that I should be able to pull out, maybe. I don't know why I did all this, but I did. I picked up a Quadro P620. The 420, the Dell R420, has PCI pass-through. The 710 does not, because it's the Gen 1 board. If it had the Gen 2 board, and I don't know if you could stick a Gen 2 in a Gen 1 case, because if that's the case, I'd buy a Gen 2 in a heartbeat and swap this out. I'd have to look into that. But anyways, so then the next video is going to be me putting this in and trying to get PCI pass-through to work. Learn the hard way. I've tried to put a retail card in. Yeah, NVIDIA makes it so that you can't do that. So, like I said, this is going to go in there. I want to try to put my Proxmox, or not my Proxmox, my Plex media server VM on this machine, because I have a fiber card in it, and all I have to do is just assign it to it, move it to here, get it to get the PCI pass-through to work for it with it, and then because I have a VM setup that I'm going to use for like video rendering, so this way I can edit everything, ship it off to that VM, let it process it and everything for uploading, and that way that'll free up my laptop and I won't have to work it as hard. That's the general goal. I mean, I have no problem spending $300 to get the licensing, because from what I read online, you can use DaVinci Resolve on 2 machines. So that would be great. License key on the VM for rendering, and then the license key on the laptop to use it. But that'll be another video. This is the board right here that I wanted to replace that with. And as soon as I get some memory for it, because this uses laptop memory and not the large size, you know, the regular desktop type memory that one does. So I have to order some memory for it too. I'll try to see, maybe I might be able to save some money and get the memory for it on eBay, maybe a little cheaper, who knows. But I definitely have to get this card, because that disconnecting is really starting to get on my nerves. But those are some of the videos that are coming up, and for anybody out there that's following me that paints miniatures and stuff, I also picked up quite a bit of Hobby Zone stuff. That will be another thing, because I'm going to build it and set it up on my desk, and you know, then do a video of, you know, the whole area changed around and everything. I'll do like a before pan and then you know, after. But those are the upcoming videos, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, select all, and that way you'll be notified on any videos that I make coming your way. And as I always like to say, have a good day.